My first memory begins, I suppose, I think, in 1916. My father would follow what he thought was right and just, no matter what the consequences were.
Michael Mallin's vision for his own life was at an end, but in a letter written in his death cell, he shared plans for his family that would shape all their lives.
Una, my little one, be a nun. Joseph, my little man, be a priest if you can. James and John, to you the care of your mother. Make yourselves good, strong men for her sake.
我係1971年啦，創校嘅時候咧就入嚟讀小學2年班嘅，咁好快已經知道連神父咧係我哋嘅校長噶啦，咁佢又冇教我哋嘅，不過咧好多時喺上課前啊、小息啊、放學之後嗰啲時間都會見到佢嘅，因為每個星期嗰個測驗咧就完咗之後咧就神父就會喺上課時間咧就走入課室，都會揸住個答獎狀。咁啲同學就好緊張啊！就我哋喺度估咧，邊個會攞第3、第2、第1咁樣。咁頭嗰2年咧，就連神父如果係即係俾獎狀俾我咧，都會講我個名嘅，就好似其他同學啲名我都會讀出嚟。咁但後來咧，佢就唔講我個名啦，佢就話2個字，你哋估啦。咁其實啲同學就唔使估，因為全班得我一個人嘅名係2個字嘅啫。咁就變咗好得意咯！咁有時佢講呢個2個字嘅時候，佢嘅眼神咧又望住我嘅。咁即係久而久之咧，都有啲功利嘅，即係每個星期去準備嗰個測驗去讀書咧，其實都係好想親自喺連神父手中咧攞個獎狀，又就紅色嗰張，因為紅色嗰張係第1名嘅獎狀。
哇！你仲記得啊？
係啊係啊！
個人咧，即係有目共睹咧，就係佢每日咧都係睇住啲學生放學嘅。咁樣就即係睇，因為我哋呢度要坐校車啊，坐白牌車啦，咁佢哋就排隊出去，咁佢要睇住咧，因為呢度嗰個 pavement 咧比較窄啲，就要千祈唔好啲學生你推我拱咁樣走咗出街啦，咁啊好危險，所以佢自己咧就梗係睇住，都係睇住。咁啊喺小息嘅時候咧，佢又一定落嚟睇啲學生。無論幾重要嘅事咧，一打鐘放小息咧，佢就要落嚟啦。咁佢落嚟做咩咧？每日咧佢都會去揾幾個學生嘅，即係睇下每日去接觸5個或者10個，咁然之後咧就作單晒，即係寫低晒佢哋嗰啲嘢特別嘅情況啊咁樣。咁認為咁樣嘅方便咧，佢就可以認識嗰啲新生。即係1年級嘅新生咧，因為由2年級至6年級咧，佢都好熟悉嘅。每一年咧，嗰啲同學咧嘅成績咧，佢都會寫喺佢個簿仔度。你哋又唔知道咧，但係佢有一支紅筆咧，如果點上喺你個名度點上咧，就係考得高嘅；點中咧就係考中挺；點低咧就係比較成績差啲嘅。咁所以咧，佢一目了然，佢知道點樣。仲有咧，佢又最中意咧就係影相。
影相係。
逢係咧有旅行啊，或者係比賽啊，球類嘅比賽啊，咁佢咧就揸住個相機咧就周圍影㗎啦。影完之後咧，佢就又喺嗰個壁布板度咧貼晒啲相，貼晒啲相咧就請嗰啲同學咧睇。中意嚟買嘅咧，就嚟同佢講幾多號 number 幾多嘢，佢就會叫嗰啲學生咧，每個人咧走入嚟攞啲相。目的咧就係接觸佢哋，因為咧咁樣佢可以咧每一個學生咧都可以親近到另外一個途徑咧，你知道我哋個個都有啲獎狀頒發㗎啦，咁佢哋。成日佢每一次咧1個月1次咧，佢都會入班房去頒啲獎狀俾啲學生。咁由此咧，佢又可以入嚟見下，睇下啲同學啊，睇啲學生嘅情況啊，睇下學校班房啊有冇秩序啊咁樣。佢從來唔巡堂嘅，佢唔會話走去睇下你哋點樣教，冇嘅。佢好放心，佢既然俾得你做咧，佢一定係信用你嘅，但係佢仍然咧有個方法入嚟睇下老師，睇下啲學生啲台面點樣啊，係咪有書喺度啊，抑或係玩啊，咁樣佢都可以睇到㗎啦。所以佢係好聰明，佢有好多方法咧去接觸啲學生，同埋咧亦都唔會咧即係妨礙到啲老師。
通常咧我哋小一見新生啦，通常係見學生。但係神父咧好特別啊，佢唔會見學生㗎，佢見家長。見家長，因為咧個細路仔都係咁叻啦，係咪？有邊個唔掂啊？係咪？所以神父就覺得就係 家長好緊要，以身教，佢讓自己父母能夠明白到點樣孕育自己兒女。但喺學校好多時老師教咗好多嘢，學有嘅理念等等樣嘢。但係翻到屋企之後咧，如果家長唔認同學校嘅理念，唔認同學校嘅方法嗰時，就真係好為呢個細路仔就好慘，所以就等於埋門一腳，咁就衰晒啦。所以神父咧係對好清楚就都係見新生嘅時候，一定係見家長，要讓家長明白到身教重要性，明白到學校同家長之間嘅關係係非常密切，係相輔相成。
I got to know Father Mallin first in September 1959, and I had just come to Hong Kong to study Chinese language, and I went out to church, out to our language school there. And Father Mallin was in charge of the running of the house. He was what we would call the minister in Chinese, Dongga. Very good impression. There's one I heard from himself, that one night, about 2 o'clock in the morning, there's a phone call to Wayan asking urgently for a priest to go to a dying person in hospital, Queen Mary Hospital. So he dressed up immediately and went down and stopped a taxi. And the taxi driver got him there very quickly. So he thanked the taxi driver, and the taxi driver said, "Father, I'm a Muslim, and my father was a Muslim, and he told me, if a Catholic priest ever stops you in the middle of the night and asks you to be into a hospital, drive like the wind, because it's very important."
我覺得神父咧真係對自己嘅度職、對自己嘅獻身、自己嘅責任係非常清楚，亦都好執着。譬如話咧，喺個聖堂已經40幾年，佢真係風雨不改，定期禮拜日一定嚟到，8點幾已經到嚟經，所以對呢個堂區不棄，可以話對佢自己嘅身份度職嗰份嘅執着。
咁咧就你同連神父即係做學生嘅時間相處咗幾年啦，你覺得佢係一個點樣嘅一個人咧？
我覺得佢係好慈祥、好錫我哋嘅嚇，佢唔係好高調講好多理論嘅嘢嘅嚇，但係佢個行為、佢嘅 action 咧，其實體現到佢係好關心、好錫我哋。呢個係我同埋好多同學嘅印象，特別係嗰啲曳嗰啲咧，有時成績好差、行為差、犯錯會俾老師甚至副校長鬧，但係去到連神父嗰度咧，佢就好慈祥、好包容，就俾個 assurance 佢呢啲所謂曳嘅同學就係、你知錯改過，你就仍然繼續有書讀，唔會踢你出校㗎嘛。
係啊，冇錯。我諗連神父對於耶穌會嘅精神都可以話發揮得即係淋漓盡致。係。
好似唔管你，但係其實佢就係骨子裏頭，佢乜嘢都清楚，佢好知道邊個先老師係點樣，佢睇得好清楚，佢心水好清啊。但係佢個樣子咧就好似好嚴肅，其實咧佢係好有幽默感，同埋好有愛心，好中意咧幫人，好細心嘅，好微細嘅嘢咧佢都睇到嘅。咁同埋咧，佢就成日咧就會同啲學生玩啊、講笑啊，同埋咧踢下波啊，咁樣嘅嘢。
係啊，Father 都好有急才嘅喎，我聽到。
係啊，有時咧啲人話Father, I'm going to ask you a silly question. Okay, I'm going to give you a silly answer. 諗都唔諗咧，佢就可以講到呢啲。係
好有幽默感啊！
係啦，佢好有幽默感。唔會鬧人嘅，你唔會俾佢鬧到啊！因為咧，佢如果有啲嘢你同佢講啊，或者佢見到啊唔開心嘅，佢就咬牙，一咬牙咧，你哋就快啲要行開啦，彈開啦，因為即係知道咧你唔可以再講落去㗎啦，因為佢對嗰件事咧唔係好滿意，咁所以咧，我哋就唔會俾佢鬧到啦，佢亦都唔會鬧人啦，因為佢係一個慈善嘅長者啦。
Well, very hard-working, very methodical. Actually, very methodical. He worked everything out. He had everything planned, and very active, and also with a very active mind. He was interested in lots and lots of things. So that very good impression. When I was in the same community with him in Wayan College, Hong Kong, I was at dinner one night, and there were a group of us at table, and I quoted an English historian as saying, "All authority corrupts." And he immediately pulled me up and said, "No, that couldn't be right. Your mother and father had authority over you. Does that mean they were corrupt?" So I ran off down to the library immediately and got a book of quotations, and Father Mallin was right. It's a quotation from Lord Acton, and the quotation is, "All authority tends to corrupt. Absolute authority corrupts absolutely." But walking all over Hong Kong, the New Territories, Lantau, Hong Kong Island, so he knew all the mountain paths very well, and I went on a few trips with him, and I can assure you that he was always ahead of me.
每次咧，佢上樓梯咧，佢永遠唔會搭 lift 㗎，佢兩步咁就行到上3樓。呢個見得身體非常好，好硬淨嘅老人家。
小學有佢嘅影響底下，個氛圍底下，小學生畢業嘅時候咧，係有咁多數目小學生去咗香港華仁書院咧，其實係對中學嘅教育都係一個好大嘅幫助，因為好容易做喺價值觀喺德育嘅圖成方面咧，基本上中一收翻嚟學生有好大部分咧，都同中學想教嗰套係一脈相承。咁所以呢個貢獻係不可忽視。
Well, if you want to say kind of concrete achievements, he was responsible for the building of 2 or 3 of our houses.
All right.
And responsible for equipping them, and was responsible for the changeover from the old house to the new house. So he was an expert there, very, very good. But his other long-term achievements would be in the area of human relations. He worked in the boys' club in Wayan Kowloon, I think, and he was, shall we say, supervisor in the Punyu Wayan primary school for many years. And again, his methodical nature came out there. He had a tremendous knowledge of all the students that went through. He had a little notebook, and he'd pull out the notebook and consult it and write something down. So I would say that was one of his greatest achievements. And then also, he helped in at least more than one parishes on a Sunday, and especially in the church in Yaumatei.
Right.
And I think they're very grateful.